Chili Prepper here in Zone 7A Western Colorado, where we're shooting up into the 90s already and dropping down to 60 at night. I wanted to take a minute though and go over, I've had a lot of questions about single stemming tomatoes versus just letting them grow natural. And I know I'll link a couple of the videos that I did, and I tell you that it's totally up to you on how you grow it. And it truly is. Don't put more stress into this that needs to be. We're over here at a couple of the tomato plants that I've done a little bit of trimming on, but I'm not single stemming. So if you take a look in here, first thing you're going to notice is how bushy these plants are. They're growing everywhere and they're going to grow really wide. But right here, if you can see, and I'll try to zoom in on it on the video, but you've got your branch. So your branch is where all your leaves are at. So your branch is going to come straight out at about a 90 degree. I mean, it can change, but about a 90 degree off the plant. And then you have your main stem going up at about a 45 degree angle between where your branch is and where your stem is. You're going to have a whole new plant coming out of there. And that's where you can actually cut that and reroot it and start a whole new plant. If you want the plant to grow tall, not bushy, go through and cut as many of those out as you want to. Now you can leave a couple. Again, it's up to you on how you want this plant to look. It is my opinion that at home in the garden, you're gonna get more overall tomatoes by letting the plant grow naturally if you have the room. If you don't have the room, you can cut those all the way up and the plant will keep getting taller and taller, and you'll just have sets of 3 to 6 tomatoes off the main stem. Let me show you. Okay, now we're over at other San Marzano plants, different bed, and you'll see, first of all, look how much air. I mean, I haven't done a complete single stem where I've taken all of the suckers, but I'm taking quite a few, and I brought you to this one for a reason. Right here is going to give you a good idea. You got your stem, you got your branch. Right here is a sucker. We're going to yank that guy out of there on this one. Now, ideally probably a little bit bigger than that, but it's okay. You can pull it at any time. Same thing over here. Branch, main stem is kind of curving going this way. This is a sucker. We can pull that and keep making this plant tall. We might be shaky because I'm going handheld just so I can show you a really good example here. But right here, main stem, branch, sucker. You can just pinch that off and it'll stop that super wide growth. It won't be as bushy. Here's another one. Branch, stem, about a 45 degree angle, sucker. Now these are my big cherry tomatoes, so I'm letting them grow however they want to. I've only got 3 cherry tomato plants in a 4 foot by 6 foot bed. These things get giant, so that's why we're doing that. And then these are San Marzanos that I'm growing in 10-gallon pots, and I haven't done much trimming on them at all. I'm just going to let them grow, and you can see how bushy they're getting and how little room there's going to be in between. So I really just wanted to take a minute and address this, especially to new growers, but not just new growers. There's lots of people like, I mean, me for probably the first 10 years that I grew. I didn't know anything about plucking suckers and how it's going to change the plant. So if you want a really tall plant, not quite as much fruit, but sometimes a little more perfect looking fruit, because it's not having to put all the energy into all the fruit of a non-trim plant, then you can single stem and go up high. Same thing goes like if you're on a patio, or you just have, a lot of these new houses have a little strip backyard. You can put pots like my 10-gallon pot side by side, single stem them straight up and get 8, 10, 12 foot tall tomato plants, but they don't go wide, so you have more room in your backyard. It's not taking up all that space that it would if you just let it go crazy, because a tomato plant will get gigantic if you let it. But the main thing that I really would like to make sure that everybody knows is it's all up to you. It doesn't matter what people are telling you on YouTube or on Google or AI or any of that other stuff. It's how you want your plant to look. And there is no right way. There's no 100% right way. Everybody's right is going to be a little bit different depending on your situation. One of the guys I watch on YouTube, right here, he runs indoor greenhouse hydroponic tomatoes. Single stems, every one of them gets thousands of them inside of a high tunnel. That works great for him. It is your plant. You can make that decision. And like I said, there is no 100% right answer, one shoe fits all. It just doesn't happen. No matter which way you do it, you're not going to hurt your tomatoes. Tomatoes are really hard to kill. So don't be afraid to prune tomatoes any way that you can. Now, the one big tip I will always tell you is if you look down here, no matter which way you're doing it, make sure you trim from the soil up and leave all this for airflow underneath. You don't want any of these branches touching the soil. That's where you're going to get disease. But other than that, have at it. Let that thing grow however you want. Let it take over your backyard, because it will. And it'll give you lots of tomatoes for the season. Stick with me for a bunch more quick tips. And hopefully your garden is doing as well as mine right now, even though I'm already sweating like crazy in 90+ degree weather. Remember, you don't have to be a prepper to be prepared. And your garden is the biggest prep of all. We'll see you on the next one.